John Compton is a gay poet who lives in Kentucky. His poetry resides in his chest like many hearts, and they bloom like vigorously infectious wildflowers. He lives in a tiny town with his husband Josh, their 5 dogs, and 2 cats. He feels his head is in an auditorium filled with the dead poets from the past. Poems are written and edited constantly. His poetry is a personal journey. Okay, I'm just editing it down, John, because
Yeah, you don't have
he
to
has
read all
published
that.
one book. Yeah, I'm gonna list your publications.
Yeah,
He
I
has
didn't know you was gonna read all that. I'm sorry.
no, I liked that part especially, so I wanted to read it because it's like a poem. Your bio is like a poem. He has published one book, which is being re-released, and 6 chapbooks published and forthcoming. Train Wide Elsewhere, August 2016, from Pressed Wafer. That Moan Like a Saxophone, from Kindle. Ampersand, March 2019, from Plan B Press. A Child Growing Wild Inside the Mothering Womb, June 2020, from Ghost City Press. I Saw God Cooking Children, Paint Their Bones, October 2020, from Blood Pudding Press. Burning His Matchstick Fingers, His Hair Went Up Like a Wick, March 2021, from Black Heart Press. To Wash All the Pretty Things Off My Skin, and the end of 2021. Give a big Risk of Discovery round of applause for John Compton, everyone.
Thank you very, very much. I'm excited to be here to read. I'm just gonna read poems, and I can't see none y'all because I'm on my phone because my computer wanted to be stupid. So I'm sorry. All right.
Okay.
So the first poem is Distribute. Your bone thick against my skin, and you linger. On the edge, there's a sound that hints at pain, but is it pain? You catch something inside me and release it, a wild animal, a dragon. Fire burns, and we are burning. And that's that poem.
Okay.
The second one is called Occurrence. A flash invades our window, breaking open my eyes, boxes full of sleep. My blinks engage like hungry dogs barking. It is for something. My glasses chased away by grogginess, too afraid to return until dawn. You are motionless, your breath a distant train. I scan your blurry face, shadows hide around your nose, peek from under your eyebrows. I explore the ceiling like a dark, cloudy sky, my hands resting neatly to my sides in this premature morning. And that's that one. Here's this one's titled Witch, and I wrote this after accidentally taking too many aspirins. While sorry. White demon, you react with my stomach and combust. A twist of acid and foam rise like blood-drawn smoke, signaling from my mouth a confused disaster. White demons, I swallowed you to stop the pain, instead donated this body to burn. And that's that one. This one's titled Tyrant. Like the photograph of a night terror, you're there in a state of being where voice is absent. Your eyes dissident, destroying the map of my body. Your tongue rests out with fire to crater the surface of my heart. And that's that poem. This one's titled To Have Lost. Do you wish to swim lonely in your own skin, to be displaced fingertips that I wipe clean in the bleach matted inside the paper towel that I dispose when the stain of you recedes? And that's that one. And I have to remember I have to pause between poems because I just go into a zone and just start reading. Everyone tells me you got to pause so people can digest it before you go to the next one. All right, this one's titled Orphans. The room was cold with their breath. They deployed their scoped eyes to capture you in their hostage stare. Their dark moon maneuvered like a room full of water sloshing, rising and falling. Their grief stampedes through your heart and displaces your perception. Imagine you're a cow to the slaughter. Imagine you're the blood that stains the concrete. Their faces appear as shadows in windows. Tongues lick the glass. They want to possess you. They want to be you. And that's that poem. This next one is titled, In Bed I Begin to Pill You. I turn your heat up and you begin to boil. You gave me milk, I gave you pills. We gave each other death in samples small enough to handle. The black dog barks in the fire that consumes him. He lunges his teeth into my skin before he settles back into the crematorium. And that's that poem. And this next poem I wrote for Stephen Sandy, and he's passed away. And he was a poet. And in the beginning of my venture into the poetry world, which wasn't that long ago, we started communicating, and he was really awesome. And so when he got sicker, I wrote this poem for him. It's called Things Fall Apart. Open your mouth, spew an ocean. Dead fish suspend. Your body produces incorporated footprints, spilling toenails. Boneyards of scales, fins, eyes rise to the surface, wandering like wells. Our faces breached parallel to the sky, ingesting wings from birds, hoping to learn flight. And that's that poem. And this poem is The Church of Christ. Vertical noises come from roaming cat feet and litter. The static voices, they feed off white space. Petrified women of no redemption hide in closets and empty homes in front of closed doors. They watch, afraid to open. And that's that poem. I had my poems on my phone, and so I was gonna read from my laptop, but the laptop didn't want to do Zoom, so that's why I'm having to go down with my keyboard. It's much easier to go like this on the phone. This one's titled, I Want to Keep in Touch. We are rust, or maybe rustic. Our hands are searchlights, our lost bodies buoys pulled and pulled. Years find us searching backwards, too late to mend, too stubborn. We fight the current to have space still separate our shadows between waves. And that's that poem. And sorry. This next poem's titled, I Found Dogs Eating Your Wounds. We danced above the skin of mowed wheat. Your laughter is cleansing. I run towards dogs screaming. One of their heads, blood masked, rises from your stomach to search my voice. Another's mouth chewing on your hand. I lie beside what is left of your carcass, weeping into your hair oily like slugs. My fingers nurse your fingers out of rigor mortis. Your eyes, abandoned lighthouses, turn dust. And that is that poem. And this poem, oh, thank you. And this poem is called Map of Rust. And it's about one of my exes, and I rearranged his name, and that's where Map and Rust come from. I rode the wings of the great beast, you, in time and turn, your hopeless melody. You sit in the dandelion skulls with piano keys under your eyes to dine in the death voice of your sadist mind. You brought fire to the snow. Each touched lost their individuality, becoming all the rest a drop. And with this poem, also the lines "You sit in your dandelion skulls with piano keys under your eyes" was written by William Corbett, and he was a great poet, and he was my publisher, and he published my first book, Train Wrote Elsewhere, and he unfortunately passed away, and he spoiled me. And so I loved those two lines, and he told me that I could use them in one of my poems, and so I did. This one's called Anxiously. Oh, thank you, Tommy. And thanks for coming, Tommy. This one's called Anxiously at the Wound. I sleep in the fog of your morning breath. In the overspill, we disappear. Catching the hook, the dream glints in the murky water. I slightly distinguish glimpses I shape into your image. I wake empty-headed, afraid, confused, weight sewn into my palms. Where are you? The cold wraps me like a grave. And that's that poem. Too far. Oh, thank you, Rick. And this one and and probably another one soon are a bit more grotesque, just so you know. That which cannot be told. This is like surgery without anesthetic. It hurts almost badly enough that the side effects are death. A few snips and the blood is effortless, like ribbons, like worms, like paint in the palm of their hands. They come forth rich with red gold. They dance like madmen high on their own ammonia at the sight of my innermost outfit. I lie there on the table, wide-eyed and paralyzed. And this one is titled, They Came Away with the Skin. Today, I thought of the sweet, beautiful underside of my belly, the bright red and warm layer of meat, the pearl fattiness glistening, tepid blood like chocolate dripping from the edges of the flap, clotting, the brine smell. As I stick my finger into the bowl of my abdomen, the ripple in my stomach at my cold finger, the thud of my heart at its ignorance, studying my breath, trying to overcome the pain. And if I turn slightly sideways, most of me will pour out. And thank you, the other comments. They're coming in fast now. So I can't keep up. I'm sorry. Thank you though. I'll read them once we're done. How long do I have to read?
You could do like, let me see what, I'd say like you could do like three or four more, five, like you could do 10 minutes more maybe.
All right, I'll skip over to this one, my other file. All right, so I'm only going to read part one of this poem, and it's really long, but I really love part one. And it's called Your Affair with God, and it was about another ex, and he left me for God. And so I wrote this poem. But like I said, I'm going to only read part one. Thank you, Patricia. I perceived your body as if it were my welling wall, and stuck prayers inside your ears. I rubbed my fingers along the bare surface. Your brittle stone flaked and fell. You collected in petty piles each day to be swept. Soon the edges of your existence were smoothed away, and granted, time had taken the rest. There's an oval of pit inside my chest. The ruggedness wears down my meat and muscle chafes my bones. The weight lacerates my skin. The clot, the it, falls like an asteroid, earthbound and dangerous. And that's that. All right, and let me. Thank you, Bill. And I read, this one's called When Holding War. We search the skies, no moonlight, charred black aroma, and in my arms we decipher the difference between life and death. The music is loud. Listen to the bass of explosive songs and the sound waves in the background, in the walls of your throat. Your breath lifts a tender missile into the drum of my ear, and silence thereafter ricochets shrapnel. Your hand no longer knows its trajectory. Your heart detonates blood vessels. That's that poem. And I wrote this one, and I try not to explain my poems, but this one was in the beginning of COVID, and we lost our jobs, and I thought it was gonna be like a month, and then we get back to normal, and then after like 3 months and so on, and we had no money, no jobs, and I started freaking out and thinking I was gonna lose everything, and my mental health went crazy. So then I wrote this one. When the street becomes our home. I wonder when the stock market will so violently crash, causing bank accounts to pull back and swell. Whose life will the tsunami cleanse? Who will drown? I lie in bed and calculate ways I can't pay my bills. What will be taken first? The house, the car, the knife I place on my wrist? Each item checked off and carried out until the only thing left is my name, though surely the government will erase that too. The streets will bleed my feet, the cold will chap my skin, and who will share their sense to a world of beggars when we are all fighting for the corner to sleep, for the cardboard box, for the dry spot? And that's that poem. Thank you. And I've read this one. I try not to read the same poems, but some of them I just really like. So I read them again because I have enough poems I don't have to read the same ones twice. But this one's fun. I wrote it after like being awake for like 30 hours. And so I titled it My Sleep Deprived Morning Poem. Tiring, my mind adjusts to night. A yawn and then an elongated blink. Please surrender your eyes, sleep said, unearthing a perimeter. His propaganda to inhabit nightmares and non-consensual terror, wrapped as a gift and laid on the doorstep of my mouth. But I know better. I first drink the blood of the holy man and retreat into the pages of his prayer, maybe a spell. Sometimes these things begin to blur and chanting becomes a song, becomes the beginning of a pursuit. That's that one. Thank you. And here's a little poem I wrote, and it's my little woman empowerment poem. And it's called As a Woman Should. Push a woman down and she'll burn you to ash, not ember, ash. She will take that ash and use it as war paint. And that's that one. Some of these are just little fragments. I'm going to read next. And then I'll read like two fragment ones, and then I'll read one more, and then I'll be done. Is that cool?
That's cool.
All right. I'm enclosed in this room like a mouse in a glass jar. A crumb set aside, and his curiosity slipped him to the bottom. Now I gotta find a good poem to end on. Oh, I read my COVID poem. I had COVID in August, and it was horrific. And I still have issues with it, with me having COVID and stuff. And so I wrote this poem. And my husband, Josh, he didn't get COVID. And I was locked in my bedroom. And I don't mind laying in my bedroom, but after like 14 days of not exiting the room, it was insanity. I was going crazy. It's called the bedroom box. I lock myself on the moon. My husband observes me through a telescope, examines my mouth, but can only imagine words. The whole celestial system guards us, because my breath is a meteor shower that will break through him. Packaging clouds in my body, my head swims in methane. I feel my skin's weight, but hang like a thunderstorm. A star collapses behind my ribcage, forming a black hole absorbing air from my lungs. I breathe deeper, trying to draw oxygen from the gravitational force, to transfer it to the blood, to be delivered to its locations. My extremities tingle, remind me of jazz and the saxophone, loud yet beautiful. It takes time to perfect, to hone the skill. It takes time to calm down after the notes hit hard enough you can't imagine listening to anything else. I perform a dance with my hands and feet. They won't calm down. The blood cells are jazz. I cough and discard years of smoker lung into my palm. The black flame with the clear sheen, bellied and wrist in the unknown. And that's that poem. And I guess I'm done.
Everyone on mute yourselves and give a big round of applause to John Compton, everyone. Big round of applause
John.
for John.
Hey.
Wonderful.
Thanks so much for doing
Really
this.
good. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
great. Yes.
Really great.
Beautiful, John.
Yeah. Gorgeous,
Will
gorgeous.
you put the link of your book on Facebook or share it here? Yeah, put it on Facebook so we can see it and share it.
By all of
Alrighty, and then whoever doesn't have me, can add me
I sent you a friend request. I'm from
friend.
I
Kentucky.
sent
too.
you
But
a
I'll put
friend
it in the.
request too.
Yeah.
You're a JoJo Compton on
cool.
Facebook, right? Is that what? Yeah.
Jojo.
Are you Joe? Maybe we're all friends. Are we friends?
Yeah, and it was a picture of and it's a picture of me and my husband, and it says "I love you" on there. So
On there.
so that's my
Oh
little
my
profile
God.
picture.
Jojo, where are you in Kentucky?
Rowletts. It's between Mumfordsville and like Horse Cave. It's about this big.
I
Pardon?
grew up in Somerset. I
Oh
grew
yeah,
up in so I'm a Kentucky farm kid.
that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Tommy.
So where's
We are friends. Okay, we are friends.
All right.
Yeah, because I have so many, over 4,000 friends. Yay!
Facebook poet
Hey
friends.
Patricia.
Hi, Mia.
So anyway, thanks for everyone for coming. And our next month, our feature is writer and poet and musician John S. Hall.
Oh, nice.
King Missile fame, and everyone knows him. He has his daily negations on Facebook. And thanks to another round of applause for our featured reader, John Compton. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you to all my
Thank
open
you,
mic people.
Micah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yay, Micah.
Great.
And,
Thanks, everybody.
Next one's May 18th, John S. Hall. Same time, same place. Hopefully in person at some point soon. I don't know. I'll have to call Blue Cups and see what's happening. Keep risking, keep discovering, keep imagining. Be safe. I hope you get vaccinated soon if you haven't been vaccinated, and keep fighting for fair treatment and justice for all.
Amen.
Today we had a victory. Let's keep it going.
Amen.
Have a good night and amen. Yeah.
Thank you, Micah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye,
Thanks for doing
everybody.
this, John.
Bye-bye.
Thanks-
Bye-bye,
nice to
Marguerite.
see you, Gina.
Bye.
See you.
Bye,
Bye,
Pat.
Marianne. Thanks for coming,
Patricia.
Tom.
Bye.
Thanks, Noah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks,
Bye,
Sarah.
John. It was good seeing you, buddy. We'll talk
Good
soon,
seeing
okay?
you
I
too.
just finished my thesis project, so I'm
Yeah.
excited to be able to work with you more, okay?
All right.
Marianne.
Thank you.
Bye, Marianne.
Bye.
Thank you all.
Bye, John.
Bye.
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 Hey, Yee. Whoa, I didn't know you were here.
Yep.
Hey, Yee. Good night.
Hey, Patricia.
Good night,
Sorry.
Patricia.
Hey, Patricia. Sorry, I was on mute. Good to see you.
Later, Yee.
Later.
Later, John. Thanks so much for doing this. It was great.